Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to give you my spoiler-free review of Wonder Woman. Now, this movie is a very interesting movie to me because I'm going to come off right off the bat. This is a damn good movie. It's a good movie. It's a solid superhero movie. It's the best female-led superhero movie. It's the best DCEU movie, and it is probably. And if I had to make a top 5 DC live action movies, I think it would be number 5 on that list behind Batman Begins, The Dark Knight. I would think The Dark Knight Rises, and behind the original Superman, and behind I don't know if it would crack my top 5 honestly, but it's a milestone nonetheless. It's a damn good superhero movie, a better female superhero led movie. You should go out and see it. And if you want to know my rating right now, and you should go out and see it now. It's I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth going to see and supporting because it's a good movie. It's a good female-led superhero movie, and those things are not a thing that you see nowadays. Like, it's not like Elektra or Catwoman or anything like that. This is a damn good female-led superhero movie. Now, to get to my true feelings on this. Now, later on, maybe another day, we're going to be doing our spoiler review, but I'm going to just put my feelings on this movie out there right now. Right now, people are raving about this movie. This movie has a 95.54%. It had like a 96.5% on Rotten Tomatoes. People are putting this movie up there with the Avengers and fucking The Dark Knight and stuff like that. And I just don't see that at all. This is a good movie, but I'd say it is literally like, if I had to compare it to 2 other movies, and in more than one way, it is literally smack dab in the middle of the first Thor and the first Captain America good. Those are good movies in my opinion. I had fun with those movies. They're good movies. They have their own, but they have their flaws. Flaws that people never mind to point out. But for some reason with this movie, people are giving it slides. People are letting it slide a little bit, or they're just ignoring some of the flaws in this movie. Now, I can't go into great detail about the flaws in this movie, not great detail, but I can kind of go over a little bit of them. But I'm going to start on a positive note. I think Chris Pine is fantastic in this movie. He's as good as he is in the Star Trek movies. He's as good as he is in any movie he's in. He's a great actor, funny guy, has great chemistry with all of his cast members, including Gal Gadot. Even though some people were fucking ODing on that whole thing, like, they got the most fantastic chemistry. I'm like, okay, they got good chemistry, because I'll get to that later. But they had good chemistry. I liked him. He was the best part of this movie, by far. Seth will tell you the same thing. Chris Pine is the best part of this movie. He is the glowing star in this movie. It pisses me off that he's not the Green Lantern, because I really wanted DC to cast him as the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. Because I'm like, dude, I need someone like him in your universe that's going to be who can walk that line, who can actually be funny. Because some of the dialogue in the Justice League trailer, outside of the dialogue from the guy that cast Barry Allen, all the other jokes just really just feel forced to me, in my opinion. Like, it's just like Ben Affleck's not a natural comedic actor. Natural comedy doesn't come off. I think that's why the Avengers always works. It's because Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. and a lot of those guys, I mean, Samuel Jackson, like, they hire guys who have this comedic charm to them. I don't think Ben Affleck has that. I think Henry Cavill has it, though, because I saw him in a couple things, and he's a pretty funny guy. I think Henry Cavill has it, but some of those other actresses, I don't think have that natural comedic timing and charm to pull off some of their dialogue, but Chris Pine does, which is why I'm kind of angry that they didn't actually cast him in the bigger DCU as Green Lantern. Instead, they gave him this, in my opinion, shit show of a job as Steve Trevor, as, Wonder Woman's side dish who's gonna die. Oops, spoiler alert, but you would know that if you've seen any, but you know that happens anyways because it's the fucking future and that took place in the past. The movie takes place in the past if you've seen the trailers. But it's a minor spoiler right there. But, like, that's why I was upset. So I kind of had a problem with this movie. Just that part. Not the movie itself, but that casting in particular kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I'm just like, you guys are wasting a prime opportunity here. And he just proved it in this movie because he did such a fantastic job. And, he was good in this movie. Gal Gadot. Now, that's the one that I've gone on record and saying many times that I'm not a fan of her casting. I think they should have casted a better actress. I got no problem with her being skinny or whatever, or all that other stuff. Though I've gone back and forth with Seth on this about she's supposed to be an Amazonian woman, and she's so skinny. And it's just like, you think of an Amazonian woman, you think of this muscular bitch. Now, I don't need her to be fucking, big, but like I do kind of wish that they cast an actress with a little bit more meat on her bones to like, or a little bit more stuff to work with, someone who could get more toned, because she's not Black Widow, dude. Like she's Wonder Woman. So, but you know what? I got over that. I kind of gotten past that now. Like I'm just like there's no change in it, so I kind of gotten past that. I think she looks great in the Wonder Woman suit. I think the Wonder Woman suit's perfect. It's a perfect tone of not being too bright but being bright enough. So I think she did a decent job in this movie. You know what? She did better than I thought she was gonna do. Like I was really worried about her, and I think she did an okay job. She did a decent job. She did but people, and that's another thing. I'm like, what? Like, cause like I was looking at these reviews and whatnot going into this movie. People are raving. She's charismatic. She's this. She's that. No, she is not. She is good. She carries her scenes well. She does just good enough. But there is by far no. I do not know what the fuck you guys are seeing. Like what? But anyways, for another time. But she does do good. She does do her scenes well, and she does do them as well as she can. A couple members of that little ragtag group they get together are pretty. I can't remember their names because they're so forgettable. Are pretty good. They're pretty good. Like the one guy with the hat. He was pretty funny. There was the action sequences are pretty damn fun. Well, some of the times they're really good. I'd say that damn it, I always say the name. The place where the Amazonians are. Something scary. I can't say that word, so I'm just say Amazons where they live. I can't say the word. Sorry, I can't say the word. Imascara or something like that. That place is great. Like everything on that island actually was great. Like I wish the whole movie took place on that island because that was fantastic in my opinion. I loved all that, these badass warrior women and how awesome they were, and seeing all these different races of women, and like it was so cool. It was really cool. So that place was great. This is by far the most colorful movie, and which should tell you something because this movie takes place in World War One, and it's a pretty brutal. And there's some pretty brutal moments in this movie. So I'm like, wow, this movie is the most colorful movie by far. And it's not even that colorful. Like, it's just more colorful than the rest of the shit. So, yeah. So, it's like, okay. It's a brighter tone. It's a more optimistic tone. I will say one thing this movie does perfectly, which I will say, it does have a more optimistic tone. There's a more optimism. There's this, I get the Captain America feel out of this movie, where there's this optimism, this bright-eyed optimism coming off, just radiating off. But, and I like it. I like that tone. I'm gonna just, okay, now that I said that what I liked about this movie, I liked some of the actions. Chris Pine was great. Gal Gadot did a fine job. Some of the supporting members were fun enough. Like the girl, she was fun enough. There was some funny moments in this movie. There was plenty of funny moments in this movie. Like I said, the action, the home island of where the Amazonians live was awesome and beautiful, and everything about it was great in my opinion. The color tone is a lot more lighter. This I'm like, okay, if there's one thing I take out of this movie, this is the color tone I want DC to go with from now on. This is the color tone, unless you're doing a Batman movie. This is the color palette. It's a little lighter. It's just lighten it up a little bit. Just lighten it up a little bit. You don't have to go full Marvel, but can you lighten it up a little bit? And I think they did a good job lightening it up a little bit. Now, let's get to the things that make me question all these people giving this shit a 10 and a 9 and an 8 bias and all 8. I'm like, whoa, no. This movie, to me, the rating I would give it is a 7.5. It is just as good. I literally think it's as good as the Thor movie. The first Thor movie is just as good as the Thor movie and has the same flaws as the Thor movie. It's on par with the first Captain America movie. Maybe like it's on par with X-Men, the first X-Men. Maybe it'd be on par with but I'm trying to think of other movies that are like really good movies, but they're not like ridiculous movies. Like some people, like the way it's going on Rotten Tomatoes right now, this movie is going to be above Avengers. This movie is going to be above Civil War. This movie is going to be above The Dark Knight, The Batman Begins, Deadpool. This movie is going to be thought of as a better movie than this movie is going to be on a higher pedestal than the first Iron Man. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, this is a good movie. I don't, like, there's this thin line with this movie that I'm having a hard time navigating, because it's not like a Suicide Squad where I completely hated it or something, and I'm just like, fuck this, all you are fucking wrong. I don't know what the fuck you guys are seeing, because I see what people see in this movie, but it's just not that damn good. It's a 7.5 at best. The villains are fucking awful. I'm talking Malekith from Thor / Whiplash from Iron Man 2 bad. Like, they might be even worse than that, because they are so This movie is a paint-by-numbers comic book movie. I mean, it really is. Now, it was executed well. I've always said it. I don't care if I see it coming, but that's kind of another problem with this movie is I never give a movie dings, superhero movies dings, if I see it coming. But this movie, I literally saw everything coming. Like, literally, me and Steph was just like, there was nothing that was shocking. There was nothing that was shocking. They do, like, some people have said they don't beat you over the head with the message. I disagree. They beat you over the head with the message pretty bad, brutally. This is no man's land, and I keep saying, and like, oh, this is a no man's land, and there's certain dialogue, certain lines dropped, and Seth would like literally stop and look at me like that's not like this. I mean, this is something me and Seth do all the time when a movie or show or something is like really on the nose. Like, there are things and dialogue that are just so on the nose, and I was just like, okay, we get it. And like, and I don't want to hear anyone talking about that. Everyone's just like, oh, it was fluent, it was sexual. I'm like, well, no, it was fluent, it was fine. I was like, I'm not sure about that part. And I will say one thing. I said Gal Gadot did a fine job. She did. But Chris Pine was carrying her ass. There are, like, I don't, and this is coming from me. I don't say this. I didn't say this about Suicide Squad. I didn't say this about BVS. I didn't say it about Man of Steel. So you can't judge me on this one. I felt it in this movie. Every time they were on screen together, I felt her acting, and I felt him taking what she was giving him and turning that shit into gold, but with himself. Because, like, he's adding, like, when they're having conversations, most of the emotions, most of the complexity, he is adding so much more to the conversation than she is. She's just reacting and just doing, like, weird, and just, like, reacting or making crying face or something, like, but he is adding to it. Like, she looks like Wonder Woman, don't get me wrong. She did not do bad in this movie. Maybe she'll get better. But this movie didn't prove anything to me. I don't get, like, because, like, when I looked at the Rotten Tomato things, like, she's charismatic, and I'm like, wow, man, like, maybe she did something. Maybe I'm fucking missed the boat on this. Maybe, and I was questioning myself. I was really questioning myself going into this movie. My expectations were rising ever slowly. See the movie, I'm like, she's okay. She's not fucking what they said she was. Chris Pine carried this whole fucking movie. Oh my god, if he wasn't in this movie, wow, this would have been rough. But like if he wasn't in this movie, this would have been rough. And not to mention, it does nothing to set up anything for the DCU. Not to say you have to do that, but if you're building towards this movie doesn't make me any more excited for the Justice League movie. It has nothing to do with the Justice League movie. And they play with mythos in a little way that bugs Seth and me, because we're both, people who know that kind of stuff, and it's kind of like, wow, okay. And not to mention, there are so many forgettable characters, and slow fucking emotion. Holy shit. I don't think there's an action sequence that doesn't have slow motion in it now. I'm like, I get it, but damn, man, you have to do slow motion every scene? Every scene is so over, like, the action is just so over dramatic. Like, it is too over dramatic. Like, they want to get, like, me and Sam said it, though. When the slow motion wasn't there, it was awesome. The action was great when the slow motion wasn't there. But they just did it so fucking much that it was just like, oh, you guys gonna do this shit all day with the slow motion shit? And it was just bugging, man. It was bugging. Her powers are weird and undefined and come in and out and come when you least expect it and just, like, show up randomly. One moment she's able to do something in the trailer when you saw her do that, like, cling thing and, like, the energy flies away. You don't even really quite know why she can do that, because I hate to break it to people, but Wonder Woman never does that shit. In the comics, not that I've ever seen, she just has a sword, a whip, her gauntlets. She's a badass, hands-to-hands, she's a badass warrior. She's pretty much like female Leonidas, because she's pretty brutal too, and she's super strong, and she fly. That's all I've ever known Wonder Woman being able to do. And all the shit she does in the trailer, in the movie, is like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I'm like, that was so unnecessary to add all that shit. Her being just strong and was enough for me. And then, like, she just starts doing shit out of the blue. Like, I think Seth caught that too. Like, there's a point of the movie where, like, you see her doing certain things, and you're just like, okay, you knew she was strong, you knew she's Wonder Woman, you knew what she could do, and then out of nowhere, like, she just takes it to the next level and starts doing some shit. You're just like, whoa, there was no build up to this, there was no curveball to this. She is just that fucking powerful, and you're just like, what the fuck? And no one's questioning it, no one's freaking out or like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, so I mean, I digress. This movie is still a good movie. You should go see it. I'll go into more detail when we review it later, another time. It's a 7.5 movie to me. I'm not quite sure why people are giving this movie such high fucking regard, because it is not up there with them. I mean, I think Deadpool runs circles around this fucking movie, man. You kidding me? You gonna put this movie over Deadpool? I bet you if you put this movie out right now, right next to a Deadpool comic book, right next to a Deadpool DVD, I bet you that Deadpool DVD get picked up first. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if people. I'm starting to really believe that people are giving this movie such high praise because it's so much better. Because for two reasons: one, it's the best female superhero movie. It is. It's by far the best female superhero movie, and it's so much better than Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad. That by comparison, this movie looks like a fucking diamond. This movie looks like a fucking glorious accomplishment. When in actuality, it's good, not great. But that's just my opinion on it. Thank you for joining me on the Comic Movie Show. Please, if you've seen the movie, comment below what did you think about it, and I shall see you in the next one.